Skinny Hardaway 7T, back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. You roll on in. And 9 people in the building. Can I get all of y'all to smash that like button? Yeah, I appreciate your boy. Give your boy a second to get right. Give your boy a second to get right. But we here for a good time, not a long time this morning. I'm here with some informational. I'm here with an informational tea. You know what I mean? Bud Crawford just had him a pay-per-view, you know what I mean, over the weekend type deal. And I know everyone had been asking me, been asking me pretty much the same questions as of late. T, what you got on the Bud Crawford pay-per-view, what you got on the Bud Crawford numbers, you know what I mean? What did he do in attendance? What did he do on the pay-per-view, So what I did was, I did my due diligence, right? So I went out, I asked a couple of questions, I highlighted, a couple of people, right? I asked more than a couple of questions, highlighted more than a couple of people, right? And I got some numbers for y'all. Now, the pay-per-view number isn't all the way set in stone yet because they're still accumulating it, right? They're still accumulating the pay-per-view number. It'll take a little while for those particular numbers to come in, maybe a couple of days after, 2, 3 days, 4 days, maybe a week sometime after to really figure out, you know what I mean? But I can give you but I am going to give you, an estimate of where they are right now. Well, where they were yesterday. So, right, yesterday's numbers may not be today's numbers. It very well could have increased, right? But as far as what I got right now, you know what I mean? But first of all, let me say what's up to the people that came in the building. And so what's up to everybody that came in here. What's good, Jazz? Appreciate you sliding through this night in Jazz. Kurt Raines, Ray Buck, Tim Free, the usuals, D Free, Cassandra, MP. What the fuck? What's good? But so the reported numbers that's coming in, right? The attendance for Bud Crawford and David Avanesyan, the reported attendance was 14,630K in attendance. That's roughly around 300. That's roughly around 3,000 and roughly around 3,000 and about 3,303, right? About 3,303 away from the reported 18,000 in attendance, right? What's good, A Street, Teddy, right? But still a pretty good sizable number, you know what I mean? Nonetheless, for Bud to do 14,000 and Nebraska, that's a decent number, right? That's a decent number, 14,000. The last event he did in his home town, Omaha, Nebraska, he did like 10,000, right? So that was a 4,000 person increase uptick, in his attendance this time. Now, just for reference, right? Just for reference, let's compare it. So we comparing his last fight in Omaha, he did about 10,000 and some change, right? This fight did about 14,000 and some change, close to 15,000, right? So roughly, right, we saw about a 4,000 person increase from Bud's first home fight to this home fight. Now, it's not 18,000, right? The sold out event at that building would have been 18,000. What's good, PGH? Appreciate you sliding through. A sold out event at that building would have been 18,000, but Bud got pretty close, to sold out. Now, I've had, reverse. I had mixed feelings about this. I got 21 people in the building. Can I get all 21 of y'all to hit that like button when you roll on in, right? Let me Let me check. I got 21 people in the building. I got 13 likes. Could I get everybody in the building to smash that like button for your boy? If you haven't smashed that like button, now, can y'all help your boy keep the views with the likes? You know what I mean? But so not quite a sold out house, not quite a sold out event for Bud Crawford. A sold out event would have been 18,000 and a little change in the building, right? But he had 14,000 and some change, which is damn good. You know what I mean? Which is damn good in attendance. Now a little different, right? The pay-per-view numbers, and this is what I was talking about when I was saying, right? It's not necessarily set, in stone. Not necessarily set in stone because pay-per-view numbers, they change. They for a while they change, right? For a while they change. You got to get pay-per-views in from this side of the, you got to get the pay-per-views in from this side, of the states, that side of the states. You got to get the pay-per-views in from, you know what I mean, the UK and all that good shit, right? So it take a little while for those pay-per-view numbers to actually finish accumulating, right? But as of yesterday, I do have an estimate on where the pay-per-view numbers are sitting at. And what I got from Marshall was good. What's good, BBG, Josh Sanders, Brown on Boxing. MP, what the fuck? Appreciate y'all sliding through. If y'all could, jab that like button, right? But what my guys is telling me right now, as of yesterday, right? Bud's pay-per-view was entering around 9,000. You know what I mean? He was entering around 9,000 as of yesterday. Shout out my guy, Trap Media. Yes, Trap, Bud, he has grown, over the course of the years, which is what me and you used to talk about all the time. You know what I mean? It's 27 people in the building. I got 23 likes. Can I get everybody in here to smash that thumbs up for your boy when you roll on in, whether you're here for a good time or a long time? But yeah, so as of yesterday, right, report numbers are coming from the pay-per-view are about 9,000, right? You could say 9,000 and growing because they're still not done. Take a couple of days, a week maybe to really get these numbers tallied up, get everything tallied up. But from right now, you know what I mean? I'm hearing 14,630K in attendance. Now that attendance number is normally pretty much a lot, right? This number is closer to being around a lot than the pay-per-view number. It's the pay-per-view number, right? That could get skewed type deal, you know what I mean? But let's just say that Bud did upwards of 9,000 pay-per-views, right? 10,000 pay-per-views. So let's say he did 14,630K in attendance. You could do the average ticket sale, right? Google Bud's average ticket sale times 14,630K. That will be your number for what his gate actually did, right? And just right now, not saying that this is final or set in stone, right? Just right now, you could take 9,000, you could times that times 45, which is how much the pay-per-view costs. And that's what you would get, from the pay-per-views right now. You know what I mean? So for my curious people, we're about to do that. We're about to do that right now. And again, 9K and running mean that the number is still growing, right? They're not done with the talent. But for right now, right, just for right now, I'm about to put these numbers here and I'm about to see, exactly, what they come out to. I got 32 people in the building. Can I get all 32 of y'all to smash that like button, whether you're here for a good time or a long time, whether you go kick it with us this morning, joining the conversation or whatnot, or you just passing through? We greatly appreciate y'all if y'all can smash that like button. So let's do this math real quick, right? Let's do 45 times 9,000, right? I'm gonna do 9,200 just to be, generous, right? Because it said 9 and running, right? He said 9 and growing, right? So we never really know. So I'm gonna say 9.2, right? So $45 at 9,200 pay-per-views is 400,014 bucks. So let's say he made roughly around $500,000 off the pay-per-views. The numbers say less than $500,000, right? But we'll give him $500,000 off the pay-per-views, right? What's good, Big Tex? Appreciate you sliding through. If y'all could smash that like button again, 4,630K in attendance, and right now, estimated 9,000 in running pay-per-views. So, you know what I mean? So we're about to find out, you know what I mean, how much the average ticket was for the Bud Crawford fight. And we're about to do that thing, you know what I mean, times, you know, what's good, Dead Gang? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, Pimp. I'm glad you can make it. We're about to do the average ticket sale, the average ticket price. You know what I mean? What's good? What's good? Y'all smash that like button for you, boy. And then again, y'all can't believe me. Y'all cannot believe me, right? But don't come in here on that bullshit. And then when you hear it later on, you know, just remember where you heard it from first. You know what I mean? That's all I got. That's all I got on that one. But let's average ticket price for Bud versus Avanesyan. So let's do this real quick. J.A. said hopefully he makes enough to get some better gloves. Okay, so the starting ticket price for Crawford was $25. The average ticket price with the average ticket price of Terrence Crawford being hold on. Okay, the ticket price for Bud started at 25. The average ticket price was 64. And you know, when you do it in the totality, it was $400. So we'll go $400. So we'll go $400. We'll go $400. What's good, quickly? Appreciate you sliding through. So we'll go $400 times 9K, right? So right now off the gate, the 14,000 in attendance. Oh wait, hold on, my bad, y'all. So off the pay-per-view, right? They made about $500,000 off the pay-per-view. Off the pay-per-view, right? The pay-per-view was $45. $45 at 9,200. They made about $500,000, 400,000, 420,000, right? And now I'm about to add up the pay-per-view sales and the average ticket price. The average ticket price is $400, right? So I'm gonna do 400 times I'm gonna do 400 times 14,630, right? So 14,000 times 400 times 14,630 is roughly $6 million, right? So his gate did roughly about $6 million, and his pay-per-view did about $500,000, right? So if we add all this together, so let's just be generous, right? Let's just say that Bud made $7 million off that fight last night so far. You know what I mean? And with these numbers that's being reported, right? And again, that's what it say, Queen. I'm just going strictly off what it said, Queen. I'm not gonna dispute it, right? I'm not gonna change it, nothing like that, Queen. It said 400, so I put 400 in there. I find that hard to believe myself, Quee, right? But that's what it said, so I'm gonna go with the average price being 400. That do sound crazy. To me also, Quee. I know, I know why you asked. I know why you said it the way you said it. Yeah, it sounds crazy to me too. But that's what it said though. So yeah. So at an average ticket price of $400, right? If that is true, at an average ticket price of $400, but she said they full of shit. At an average ticket price of $400, right? Bud Crawford, his gate did about $6 million, right? So you add the gate of $6 million, And then it said that too, Brown. It said they started at 25. Some tickets were 64, but on average price, it was about $400. These, I guess, even the sun signs on the dog ass every now and then. Right. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy. You know what I mean? But yep, that's what that's what I got so far, right? As far as the numbers and the attendance and whatnot. You know what I mean? 14,630 in the building. We did 14,630 in the building times the average ticket. What's good? 88 times the average ticket, right? Which they said was $400, and we came up to 508,052,000, right? So I just rounded that on out to 6 million, right? I did the 9,000 pay-per-view buys, right? That's being reported. That was reported to me because I went to ask the question. You know what I mean? That was reported to me. I did that times the average ticket price of $400. You know, they came up to they came up to my bad. I'm tripping. I did the average ticket price of $400, right? And I times that 14,630K, which was the attendance, right? And they came out to roughly $6 million, nearly $6 million. And then I took the pay-per-view price, which was $45, and I times that times 9,000. The 9,000 reported pay-per-view buys so far, 9,000 and running, meaning that it could go up, right? So far, and it came out to be roughly about 500K. You know what I mean? So about 500K in pay-per-views and about 6 million in gate. You know what I mean? So let's just say roughly 7 million. So Bud made about 7 million from, that off that event last night, right? And let's also look at it like this. Let's add in, like, if you add in the, concessions and all that shit too, all that go in there, right? But we not adding that in there. He said, ain't no $6 million gate in Nebraska at a venue that wasn't sold out. So ringside tickets must was 1K. They said the average I'm glad you asked that, Brown. Shout out to my guy Brown on boxing, man, my North Memphis brother. The average ringside ticket was $600. The average ringside ticket was $600. They had a nice amount of tickets. The average ticket was $400, right? But they had tickets for $25 and $64 is what they said. Queen said, I'm sorry, T, but them ticket amount was left on the dresser or on the nightstand. Quick. But let's look at it like on in totality, right? In totality, if you look at it, if Bud made 10 million for that fight, right? If Bud made 10 million for that fight, and Quee funny. He's out there yelling, paying man did, and Omaha broke hat. So on the grand, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna listen and drive. So on the grand scheme of things, right? If Bud made 10 million, you know what I mean, from that fight, and with what's being reported, right? Right, with what's being reported, like what you choose to believe, somebody go report something that you believe, right? I may not just report what you believe today, but eventually somebody go report it, right? So with what's being reported right now, right? Bud made about $7 million off of his fight last night. If he got paid 10, he made 7. He didn't quite, meet the mark. You know what I mean? But I will say this: if he was able to garner 7 million in that fight last night, he was able to garner a lot, more than I expected. I think I had said maybe Bud makes about me, D Free, Damon, man. We all set up here and we said what Bud would need to do for this pay-per-view to be successful. And I had made a prediction. I said, man, Bud probably gonna make about 6 million, you know what I mean, off this fight. About 5 to 6 million off this fight. He not getting them folks that whole 10 back, but he could get them, probably like half of it back. And it was being reported that mean Bud made about, a little over half, of that money back, which is what I kind of expected, right? So to hear that, a total gate right now, right? A total gate of about 7 million right now, that ain't too far off. You know what I mean? And actually, that ain't too far off of what's expected. Now we all know he couldn't get that 10 million back, but I feel like he could have got about $6, $5, $6, $7 million back. You know what I mean? $6 million back. You know what I mean? The ringside 6, but average ticket was 4. That math ain't mathing. Yo, they did all that did cool. Great work, T. That what they Brian, I'm strictly going off, what they tell. I put it in Google, man. What they was telling me. They said the ringside was 6, average was 4. When they said the average ticket was 400, I was like, what? 400. But I'm not here to refute. I'm not here to refute, the prices or the numbers. I'm just, I'm gonna take it for what it is, right? Straight surface. What's good? I got 38 people in the bid. I got 34 likes. Can I get everybody in here to smash that like button? If y'all ain't smashed that like button for your boy just yet, greatly appreciate everybody sliding through. Trusted sources, right? I don't report none that I don't believe in. These are people that I talk to on a regular basis. I've been getting information from them, right? I'm not right every single time. Nothing is 100%, but goddamn, I'm right 99.98% of the goddamn time. You feel me? And he said food, drink, your fact, and I stated there, gang. I'm not even adding a concession because I don't know that, right there, gang. I don't know. That's above my head. The concessions are above my head, right? I don't know that. My sources don't know that. We don't know the concessions. Now, I mean, I could probably find out. You know what I mean? Probably not right now. I probably won't be able to find out in the time frame right now, but I could probably find out. But I don't know the concessions there again. And I stated that, right? This is just strictly the pay-per-view number right now and the gate number, right? Now, again, the gate number is more, when you hear those numbers are more definite than the pay-per-view numbers, which is why he told me to say 9K and running, because we don't know if it's going to go up right now. That's what it's at. It take about 3-4 days to a week, you know what I mean, to get these numbers indefinite. Those pay-per-views, you know what I mean, because you got to count them up multiple times. You got to make sure you got, the ticket numbers from this, little sister ticket seller, this little sister ticket seller. You got to add up SeatGeek numbers. You got to add up Groupon numbers, because they say his shit was on Groupon, right? Got to add up Ticketmaster numbers. You know what I mean? Got to add up tickets at the door type deal. So, you got to count it a couple times to make sure it's right. Queen retarded, man. T Hunt, what's good, T Hunt? Appreciate you sliding through. Yo, I got 39 people in the building. If y'all in the building, y'all ain't smashed that like button for your boy, y'all could do your boy a solid. Smash that like button for your boy. So nobody surprised it flop. Judah, flop. Flop. I don't know if it flopped, Judah. Like 3-4 million would have been a flop. I think Bud kind of. I think he hit expectation. Realistically, right? I think he hit expectation. Just do. What's good, pimping? Appreciate you sliding through. I think he met expectation. You know what I mean? For him to reach the 10 million, I kind of knew he wasn't gonna quite get to 10, right? But I gave him about 5 or 6, and he got like 7. Realistically, that's nice, because let's say you add in concessions, right? When you add in concessions, you may get another 800K to $1 million. Who knows what you gonna get out there, right? So let's just add another like 700K to it. You know what I mean? So he did roughly about 8 million, 8 and some change, maybe 9. You know what I mean? Smoke out my eye. It was a fantastic show. Great vibe. I was very happy to surprise. Yeah, me too, dead game. Like I was like I surprised. I don't want to necessarily say I thought he was going to flop, right? But that junk looked great. The production, the whole show looked great. Now, as far as what he go do next, I don't know. But I think On the all right, somebody said something. Bud lost 3 to 5. No, not Bud, right? But the investors, right? But then if you look at it, somebody say, well, their food, and they showed the crowd, it looked like a full house. I mean, they probably gave away tickets, and they say that building can hold 18,000 people. Yep, it can hold 18. He put by roughly, close to 15 in that jump, 14, a little over 14.5 in that thing. He put 14,630,000 people in there, to be exact. So I thought it was going to look like Triller. Yeah, it did. Gave me look good, didn't it, though? The whole production of it, the ring, you know what I mean? Looked good. The commentary wasn't even bad. A bunch of people we knew, right? Now, we know they little ways. We know they quirks and shit, but, right, a bunch of people we knew. Like, the commentary wasn't even bad. It was a good production. I want to see what BLK Prime go do next. And I'm guessing the next fight go be Adrian Broner, right? So I want to see what the next card look like. Hey, and then look real quick, y'all, while we're here, y'all, real quick. Those actual fights, he said, so pay-per-view so far, that's what, $360 so far. 9,000. I gave them 9,200. I gave them 9,200 because I got this number yesterday, boxing MMA. So I just gave them two more. I gave them two more. I gave them 9,200. I gave them 2 more hundred. Cause I got the numbers yesterday. 9K and running. You know what I mean? They still adding them up. The number ain't definitely yet, but you know what I mean. So I gave them 9,200. But yeah. Yep, I gave him 9,200. Anywhere right now, he made he made about 6 to 7 million. He made like a $6 to $7 million pot. No concessions, no merchandise, or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But I think overall those are pretty, successful, event, successful show. Then did y'all see the fights? And the fights was actually a little better than I thought. You know what I mean? Rick said, T, can you answer a question for me? How can you think you building the platform spending $10 million on a fighter and on a supposedly one fight deal? All right, okay, so I get I see where you're going, Rick, right? And you are absolutely correct, right? If you coming out your own pocket, if y'all putting if y'all coming out your pocket to do that, that shit makes no sense at all, Rick, right? I like the dude on home improvement. They used to be looking over the fence at Tim. They'd be over the fence at Tim, like Tim. You're treading my yard. They do. I look like they do. But yeah, Rick, if we putting our own money into it, right? If we doing our own thing, then yeah, that shit makes no sense at all. But if we got an investor with a whole lot of money, right, who go lunch us with this Bud fight first. So if he put the Bud fighter, he's like, I don't care what he do, y'all just give me a big fighter. I pay for the first one, right? And then we get Bud Crawford. We pay him 10, and he do 7 million, right? And the investor only lose 3 million. And we get our name out there in a big way, then that makes sense if it's somebody else's money, right? If it's somebody else's money. Now, I'm just speaking hypothetically. I don't know. I don't know who their investors is, right? I'm gonna call you, Rick. I'm gonna call you. I don't know who their investors is, right? But just hypothetically though, if we got some investors and we using their money, then But if we using our shit, then nah. Did I agree with you? They're getting 6, 7 is definitely a success. They're getting back 6, 7 million, definitely a success. They won't lose a lot of money, maybe 5 million after all expenses. That's okay for the first event. They probably won't even lose, maybe 5 if you add, when you add the concessions and all that shit. You know what I mean? And this just has been what's reported to me right now, y'all. Like again, again, those attendance numbers are more definite, right? Those are more definite. The pay-per-view, it take a little time. You know what I mean? She said, hey, way over there. Yeah, I'm gonna call you, Rick. I'm gonna call you. But man, shit, yeah, boxing MMA to get back. You know, if you only lose, right? If you only lose about 2 or 3 million, right? 4 million your first event, that's a pretty good event. And you know the money there, right? Because shit, they got shit. Adrian Broner, they signed Bud and Adrian Broner the same goddamn week. You know what I mean? And I would take the conversation somewhere else, but I don't even really want to get into that one on this EP. He said, so can this be our last time speaking on Bud? Most definitely gonna be our last time speaking on him for a while, because you know we gotta see what he gonna do next. Gotta see what he gonna do next, you know what I mean? He's an AB event, gonna make more money to watch. And I think that's where they gonna get their money back. I think that's where they gonna get their money back. They go do the same thing with Adrian Broner. They go do that shit in Cincinnati. And you know Adrian Broner gonna sell out more than 14. You know what I mean? So they will get Pac and Bud next. That'll be a nice move. That'll be a hellified move. Pac and Bud will be a hellified move. They go get their money back with their Adrian Broner. I don't see them putting on the $10 million fight though, then coming back and putting on Pacquiao and Bud, right? But what I think is they go run this year out with Adrian Broner. I think they go get their money back with Adrian Broner. They go put their money, you know, they gonna let him do that in Cincinnati, right? They gonna let him do that in Cincinnati, and then they gonna do that shit like 3 times. You know what I mean? Type deal. But from what Bud said, right, it do sound like he going back, or it sound like he want to go back. It sound like he going back, or it sound like he want to go back. You know what I mean? Is it what outfit or whom is it that has money to throw away on Bud and AB? No disrespect. DLK Pride, man. DLK Pride, man. You know what I mean? They go put when you put it on the app. See, when you put it on the app, you know that's the distributor, right? So you put it on the app, like that's your distributor type deal. So it's you know, they got their own, you know, they got their own people, man. You know, they got their own people, man. They got their own people. You know what I mean, Rick? They got their own people, man. But I think they gonna make a lot more money. He said angel investors. They gonna make a lot more money, right? Well, they gonna make their money back, right? I ain't gonna say make a lot more money, right? But they'll make their money back. They'll make their money back off that, you know, off that Adrian Broner, off those Adrian Broner fights in Cincinnati. What BLK Prime is gonna do is they go put all their fighters fights in their hometown. So wherever you at and you sign to them, they gonna throw you pay-per-views fights in your home city. Whatever city you're from, all your fights gonna be there. You know, if you the A side, you the main side, the fights gonna be in your city. You know what I mean? So that's that's what they doing with Bud and AB. But I will say this, they can't be paying Bud 10 million every single fight. You know what I mean? Not every single fight. Is that Pac and Bud would be a great move for them. Pac is way more marketed, the BLK Prime more known. Yep. God knows we don't want to see it, but the BLK Prime is great. Being J Facts, if BLK Prime could land Pac-Man, that'd be live. Because then you'll get all those Philippines buying that pay-per-view and shit. But you'll have to make it purchasable over there. We'll have to figure out that will make the most sense, right? I ain't gonna say only make sense. That will make the most sense if you could buy BLK Prime in the Philippines. You know what I mean? He said they got the bad Pac won't and Pac will sell. I think that's regroup from this one. That's why Pac fought the same day and mentioned fighting Bud. They on the same schedule. Now, you kind of fight the same day too. Fighting on the same day won't necessarily make sense. You know what I mean? But he did mention Bud, but he mentioned Bud like as an afterthought. You know what I mean? Bud was like his second fight. You know what I mean? But he did have you know, we, you know, this pack, it's crazy how like we had Bud Pack and Earl at the beginning of the year, right? And now we got that Bud Pack and Earl saga thing going on again, right? Manny Pacquiao said Earl, he said Bud, and then boom, they just set it off, right? But if they could get Bud to fight Manny Pacquiao, that'd be damn good. You know what I mean? That'd be a damn good fight, especially with them being the Upstart app over there. You know what I mean? Type deal. But yeah, I remember what happened last time Manny Pacquiao was supposed to fight Bud Crawford though. You know what I mean? It's good promotion, man. It's good to talk about, but it's like sometimes, like when you just come to these big fights, it's like for whatever reason, when it come to these big fights, they just never get made when it's Bud. It's like they just never get made when it's Bud. You know what I mean? I feel like I've been here before. Manny versus Bud, Bud versus Manny. I've been there before, man. You know what I mean? I can see him fighting Pac 2, Teddy. It makes sense. It makes sense. Ricky said they would have to promote for Pac. Fans require seeing Pac in the light. That would definitely have to increase the marketing budget. Yeah, I can see him fighting. Yeah. The only thing, you know, the only question I would have about the Manny Pacquiao fight is where would they get the bread from, right, to pay Manny and Bud, right? Where would they get the bread from, and how long would it take them to even put that fight together after just doing this fight? You know what I mean? Like, where would they get, you know, the money from quickly? Now, if they able to come with a bag like that quick right after a Bud fight, then that's fucking amazing. You know what I mean? But if Manny Pacquiao is to fight, you know, one of those dudes, and maybe Manny Pacquiao was just trying to promote his fight that night, you know what I mean? This week, that week. But if he was to fight one of those dudes, right? Because, you know, they've already done business together before, right? PBC, Manny Pacquiao, and Earl Spence and Manny Pacquiao, right? Since they already done business together before, I figured it would be more likely them, you know what I mean? Yeah. I figured it'd more likely be them, you know what I mean? But hell yeah. Just right now at this point, right now at this point, I'm more likely I see it more likely being Earl, you know, than Bud. Just given the history of the whole situation, said what other fighters get, they just fought for charity. He said, "True, they definitely have to increase the marketing budget." Yeah, what's good, yo? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, yo. Glad you can make it. What's good, DS? Appreciate you sliding through. Said Bill Lake K Prime is already a worldwide app. Blue said. Then when he announced his partnership, yeah. So if it's a worldwide app, yep. So that make perfect, you know. So that makes sense. It is in Asia. Yeah, he said Disney World. He said Disney World. Yeah, terrible in this thing, man. Yeah, terrible. But you know, I guess for a minute, you know, we just see where he go next. I don't like how he swayed that Earl Spence question. I don't like how he swayed that junk. He swerved that junk. He swerved that junk a little bit, but I don't want to talk about it, man. I ain't gonna be the one to we probably do need to talk about it though. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't like how he swerved that jump. But I don't feel like he gonna fight him. I want to talk about it because I just want to bring to the light on, you know, how he said it again. You know what I mean? Like he said it again. You know, he basically was saying I'm not interested. You know what I mean? He basically just said it again in so many words. I'm just not interested. You know what I mean? What he said was I'm interested in fighting on BLK Prime again. He know Earl Spence fight on the PBC. You know what I mean? So I want to talk about it, just not in the way necessarily that you want to talk about it. You know what I mean? But I can tell you what I heard. You know what I mean? And he basically said it again. You know what I mean? I just think we just need to let it go. if we go talk about them, let's talk about them. Like I'm talking about Bud and his pay-per-view and his numbers, right? This morning I talked about how AJ came to the Derrick James camp, what I mean, to work out with Derrick James and Earl Spence at their gym and shit like that. I talk about them, and what they doing in their own self. Now a lot of people probably don't catch it, but it's a subliminal in there, like, they doing their own thing, right? You know what I mean? Type deal. And what Bud Coast is saying, well, I ain't really just, he comes, he's always, his energy different. Like he don't got the big fish energy, all right? Y'all remember when he was in the water looking for the big fish and all the energy he had? That energy is gone now for whatever reason. Now he just, I just want to fight on Bill K. Prime. I just want to fight on. See how quiet I am. I just want to fight on Bill K. Prime. That's all. I just want to make. I just want to fight on. You know what I mean? I don't see no more of the big fish stuff. I don't hear no more of the big fish and where you at, Earl, and what I mean, where you at, Earl, and I'd be like, damn, what happened, bro? Like, damn, what happened, man? This is the email I sent you, bro. It's been about 4 days now. Nah, Abby, I'm gonna take that junk. What is it? I'm gonna take that junk for. But yeah, the bill that K Prime on using pay-per-view provider, so they keep the pay-per-view revenue, which could be keeping 30-50% more pay-per-view revenue, which could be a big nut if they can sell big pay-per-views in the future. Yep, facts. Yep, facts. You know what I mean? I think the first event, was a success. I think the Bud versus Avanesyan joint, right? And all, and like in on the whole, right? When you like being realistic, right? I never thought Bud was gonna make that fucking 10 million back, right? So he did come up short of that, right? But for this being the very first event, right? For it being the first event, I I think it did, pretty good. You know what I mean? If what's being reported right now is true, now again, you might hear, you know, something different, right? You might hear the same thing, you know what I mean? But I got this from from people I trust, you know what I mean? What's good, Charles? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. I don't report nothing that I don't believe in, you know what I mean? So if it makes sense to me, it makes sense to me, you know what I mean? And this dude makes sense to me. Him, I said earlier, I stated previously, shit, he ain't getting that 10 million back, but I can see him making about 5 or 6 million back. You know what I mean? That's what he did, about 5, 6, 7 million. You know what I mean? And again, I don't know what the concessions and all that shit did, right? I don't know what they did. Probably could find out, but that ain't what I'd be asking for. He just, told me what I'd be asking for normally. You know what I mean? The pay-per-views and the gate. He just so Bud can make the big fights now. He ain't made a big fight yet, Jake. Is right. I get what you're saying. You being tongue in cheek. I don't know that what I'm saying, right? I didn't hear him say nothing about Manny Pacquiao, but Manny Pacquiao did mention Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? He mentioned wanting to fight them, wanting to test both of them. You know what I mean? So Manny, is open to fighting both of them. So it's on the table. You know what I mean? Now again, like Jay Gibson just said, so Bud can make the big fights now. That's the question that's the one that remains. That's why if you're asking me, right, I think the one that's more than likely, if we're talking about, Manny versus either of these two, I think it's Errol Spence because they've already done business together. All sides. PBC and Manny alone, Earl and Manny and the PBC all together. You know what I'm saying? Familiar relationships. Familiar relationships. You know what I mean? Already. Familiar relationships, you know what I mean? Already. So if you're asking me, out of the two, I'm thinking EJ and Pat. You know what I mean? We don't know. We don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? As far as that situation goes. Yep. I just feel like we've been here before, right? We've been here before. It was another big name like his. The numbers probably would have been better, but not 10 mil for knocking out your spawn partner. him and anybody else definitely would make my money. Yeah, fact. Oh, and yep, A Street. Yep. And I think that's what they, ultimately saw. You know what I mean? It was being reported as true, which I believe. I most definitely do believe it. They out, like, they didn't make their money back, but I think they did better than expected. I think it was better than expected. I think it was better than expected, but I ain't gonna keep y'all in this thing too long, man. Crawford Avanesyan did 14,630,000 in attendance, and also right now 9K running in pay-per-views. So if you add all that up, right, you bunch all that up, the pay-per-views and the gate, right, is roughly about at 6 million and some change right now, and it could, go up, pending when all the numbers, get back for everything, not just the pay-per-views and, the gate concessions and all this shit like that. You know what I mean? But yep, that's exactly what it was, Mike. Test run. But I ain't gonna keep y'all in this thing too long. Skin the heart away, sudden T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how we rocking. And I'm out. Look.